I think the farrier can be very tactful in their explanation. So, going up to a new horse, a new client, explaining to them that you think their horse is maybe a little heavier than you would like, and that does several things. So from a sheer mechanical standpoint, carrying an extra 150, 200 pounds puts more stress and strain on the lamina that suspend the distal phalanx than the hoof capsule. So that in itself is a bad thing. And then to explain to them, just like in humans, obesity predisposes horses to quite a lot of problems. And so that in the horse, it predisposes them to hyperinsulinemia or insulin resistance, which is very much one of the leading causes of laminitis. So pasture-associated laminitis accounts for at least half of all the laminitis cases we see. And simply by maintaining a horse at an appropriate body condition score of 4, 5, or 6 drastically reduces the chances of a horse succumbing to pasture-associated laminitis. So if all you have to do is keep a horse at that appropriate body condition score, you could potentially, very drastically reduce the chances of that particular horse succumbing to laminitis. And with owners, if you go out at it that way, explaining to them what could go wrong, I think that makes them very worried, very concerned for their horse. So then their very next question is always, well, what can I do? And then at that point, you can either explain it to them yourself, or in my position, I very much refer them to a veterinarian so they can have that talk with them. They can do the baseline tests, and then they have the ability to use other things like Thyro-L to increase or exacerbate or expedite the weight loss. But I think that's the easier way to go about it than just saying your horse is fat, because then their very next question is, or their very next statement is, well, I ride him all the time, and we all know they don't. That's how those horses get to that point. But if you simply just explain to them the problems that could arise from being overweight, starting with the mechanical thing, because they really understand that first, just the extra weight, and then explaining to them the problems that predisposes their horse to, is usually a very easy way to start that conversation and get the ball rolling.